Hi everyone. Thank you for joining me for my second yoga video. I'd first like to thank the individuals that reached out and thanked me for the first video, and your feedback was so appreciated. And yeah, I'm excited to get started and to offer anything that I can, whether that's a little bit of movement in our body, whether that's some inspiration in such an uncertain time, whether it's getting rid of the little aches that we have in certain parts of our body, especially our hips, maybe in through our lungs right now, because that's where we hold all of our emotions. But yeah, so here we go again, number 2. I miss you guys. Spring break has been a weird one. I'm looking forward to seeing some familiar faces on Monday and getting back into the routine of our new normal. So I've got Terry Fox here with me today, who has always been one of my absolute favorite people in this entire world, and who's been a role model to me my entire life. And I know Sarge's too. And we at Edge, we always celebrate Terry Fox and what Terry Fox has brought to our lives every September. I look forward to that again this year. And yeah, so I thought that with Terry Fox being probably the lead candidate for the person on our $5 bill, this is one of my favorite t-shirts. And I thought our word to guide us through our practice today, in terms of what our theme will be, is just say yes. Just say yes. If your little brother, little sister want to go for a walk, just say yes. If you want to sit and watch Netflix, just say yes. Whatever you feel like you need to do in the moment, or somebody super important in your life needs in that moment, just say yes. Because that's all we can do right now, and we can be with the people that we love, whether it's virtually, whether it's physically, and whatever that looks like. Let's just say yes. Okay, so let's get started. So I have a pillow off to the side just to demonstrate how we can use a pillow as a prop. Outside of that, you're going to see 2 fur babies again. This is little Maddie girl. She's been mommy's little sidekick. So just say yes. So again, we'll come to a seated position with our left foot in front of our right, so just stacked on top of each other. And find a neutral space where both of your seat bones are grounded. And again, if your knees are above your hips, that's where you would place the pillow underneath your seat bones. In terms of good alignment for a seated position, you want your knees to line up with your hips to the best of your ability. Our fingertips are just going to grip underneath our knees, which will help our elbows to come closer to our quads or to your thighs, and that will just naturally draw your shoulders away from your ears. Okay, a nice long spine. Okay, let's draw the chin slightly in towards the chest. And as we sit here, let's think of our theme. Our theme today is just say yes. Say yes to easy, say yes to hard, whatever that looks like for you. Let's get in touch too with our breath work. Let's inhale deeply through our nose to the count of 4. Hold it at the top for 2 seconds, and then let's exhale to the count of 4. Inhale to the count of 4. Exhale to the count of 4. Let's do that 2 more times. Inhale to the count of 4. Exhale. And 1 more time. Inhale to the count of 4. And exhale to the count of 4. Okay, let's slowly begin to bring our hands to our shoulders. Okay, and again, we're going to draw that chest forward. We're grounding through both seat bones equally. Lift those elbows high to the sky. Now let's extend those arms skyward so that our palms face. Spread those fingers out. We're going to twist to our right. So let's bring our left hand to our right knee. Our right hand comes right in behind us. You can either tent your fingertips or the palm of your hand may find your mat. Draw that chest forward. Begin to twist through your rib cage, looking over that right shoulder. A nice soft gaze. And you want to continue with that breath work that we started. Okay, slowly and gently, let's begin to make our way back to center. Fingertips are rooting underneath our knees. Draw those elbows towards your thighs. Your chest leads forward. Your chin is slightly tucked. Hands are going to find your shoulders again. Elbows lift high to the sky. Extend those arms skyward. Palms face. Spread those fingertips maybe a little bit more. We're twisting left this time, so our right hand finds our left knee. Our left hand comes central in behind our body. Either tent those fingers or the left palm grounds. Draw your chest forward before you twist through your rib cage. To the best of your ability, looking over that left shoulder. Nice deep breaths and a nice gentle gaze. Okay, slowly and gently, let's make our way back to center. Let's switch that front foot. So this time our right foot comes in front of our left. Okay, you might want to kind of just reposition your seat bones. Fingertips again are going to ground underneath your knees and just find that central position. This time our right hand is going to come off to the side of our mat next to our right hip. Okay, so for now your right arm is completely straight. And from here I want you to look up to the side off your left shoulder. Extend that left arm skyward. Palm faces your face, and you're going to begin to bend to your right. So my right elbow bends. I want to keep my seat bones both grounded as I bend and I reach. I'm looking underneath my left armpit up towards my ceiling. And you reach. So a nice long extended left arm. My fingers are still spread out completely wide. Slowly and gently, let's make our way back to center. Left hand this time comes off to the left-hand side of your mat, level with your left hip. Right arm extends skyward. I look up towards my ceiling, and then I begin to side bend. I side bend so that I open up through my chest, and then I continue to bend to my left. So you're going to feel this through your right side body. Again, maintain that grip between your right seat bone and your mat. Nice deep breaths. And then come back to center. Okay, and find that neutral position where your hands are underneath your knees. Now we're going to get into the wrists a little bit. So you're going to make a fist with both your hands, but with your fist you're going to tuck your thumbs in and you're going to wrap your fingers around your wrists. And all I want you to do is extend those arms out from your shoulders so that your thumb joints are pointing towards your ceiling. All right, so you've got a nice strong grip. So try not to tense any parts of your body. All I want you to do is lower your pinky fingers towards the floor. And then I want you to lift your thumbs up towards the ceiling. So we're going to get into a little bit of our wrists. Lower your pinkies towards the floor. And then you're going to lift those thumbs towards your ceiling. Try to relax your gaze. Okay, 2 more times. Lower your pinkies to the floor. Okay, lift your thumbs up towards the ceiling. Okay, 1 more time. Lower your pinkies towards the floor. Okay, lift those thumbs up towards the ceiling. Now relax your shoulders. Maybe roll your shoulders out and rotate those wrists out just a little bit. So this time we're going to actually keep our thumbs out. So you're going to roll your fingers inside your thumbs and you're going to create a fist again. And this time your palms are going to face down with those arms extended from your shoulders. So now from here you're going to curl your fist in towards your wrist. And then you're going to uncurl them and you're going to bring your knuckles towards the ceiling. Okay, curl those fists in towards your wrist. And then you're going to lift your knuckles towards the ceiling. Let's do that 2 more times. Curl those fists in and lift the knuckles towards your ceiling. Okay, 1 more time. Relax your shoulders. Curl those fists in and lift your knuckles towards the ceiling. Okay, gently begin to release. And again, just roll those wrists out. So now from here, we're going to roll over onto our knees, but we're going to kind of scoot ourselves back towards the back third of our mat. Our knees are going to go wide. Our big toes are going to touch. Now this might be where you place your pillow underneath your hips and underneath your heels. Okay, so that would be a good support. So we're coming into a wide-legged child's pose. So your hips are going to sink towards your heels. Like I said, your knees are wide. All I want you to begin to do is stretch those arms forward. And from here, you should feel like you've got a flat back. You're beginning to open up through your hips. And once you're reaching as far as you feel is necessary, and notice again too, your fingers are spreading wide. Okay, the palms of both hands are gripping your mat. All I want you to do is begin to lower your forehead towards your mat. And then all I want you to begin to feel is I want you to lower one shoulder at a time towards your mat as your arms are extended. And just begin to bring awareness in through those shoulders. Again, your hips are as close to your heels as possible. And try to relax into that. Okay, so now arms are extended. From here, what I'd like you to do is lift that forehead up. You're going to walk both hands to the right-hand side. Off to the right. Now I want you to maintain that contact between your your seat bones and your heels, and you're going to stretch both arms to the right. So now you're going to lower both shoulders to the best of your ability, and then you're going to bring your forehead back to the mat. So you're going to feel this in through your left side body. Nice deep long breaths. Okay, lift that forehead up, walk your hands back through center, and then off to the left-hand side. So again, maintain that connection between your right sit bone and your right heel. And again, once you feel the intensity of that right side body stretch, I'll ask you to lower your forehead to the mat and continue to reach. If you need a little bit more, place your right hand on top of your left hand. But again, maintain that connection between your right seat bone and your right heel. Okay, slowly begin to lift your forehead up first. Walk your hands back through center. And now you might feel like you can get a little bit longer in the regular child's pose. And maybe just kind of begin to wiggle those hips a little bit. Or maybe roll out your forehead a little bit as well. The tension we carry through our shoulders, through the back of our neck, is pretty profound at these trying times. And then make your way back to a central position with your forehead. And what I'll get you to do next is gently begin to push yourself up. Find yourself into what we call a neutral tabletop position. So your hands are going to land underneath your shoulders with our fingers spread wide. You're pushing through the palms of your hands. The eyes of your elbows are pointing forward. Your eyes of your elbows are on the opposite side of your elbows. And that's true alignment. Your knees are underneath your hips and the tops of your feet are grounded. Okay, so we're going to come back to a couple of the same poses that we did yesterday. So what I'll get you to do to start is push through that left knee, and you're going to extend that right leg straight back behind you, and you're going to flex into your right foot. Okay, your right foot is going to come off and across your left leg so that all 5 toes touch down. You're going to come down onto that left forearm, And all I want you to do with your right arm is I want you to reach off to the top left-hand corner of your mat. Okay, slowly and gently begin to bring that right hand down or back to that same position in your mat. Come all the way up. And you're going to come down onto your right forearm and you're going to reach off to the right hand side of your mat. Top right hand corner, I should say. Try to maintain that balance. Slowly and gently begin to make your way back to your tabletop position, but keep that right leg lifted. You're going to bring that right knee down. You're going to kickstand your right foot off at a 45-degree angle. Keep that right hand where it is. Begin to extend that left leg straight back. Your left big toe touches down. Now begin to bring your left hand to your left hip, which will naturally begin to open up your chest. And then when you're there, you're going to lift that left leg skyward. Okay? So the side of your left foot is pointing towards your ceiling. Maybe you extend that left arm sky high. This is called a supported side plank. Okay, slowly and gently make your way back into your tabletop position. Okay, you're going to take your left hand, big step forward. Your right arm is going to come underneath your left armpit, and you're going to rest onto that right shoulder. Tent your left fingers. Draw those hips back to center. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee up. Find your balance on that right shoulder, and then begin to lift that left leg skyward. Keeping that left leg lifted, let's make our way back through our tabletop position. Curl those right toes under, lift that right leg high, lift that left leg high. This is called three-legged downward facing dog. Left foot meets your right foot. Okay, hip distance. Walk your fingers back towards your toes. Heel toe your feet in so that they land underneath your hips. You're going to bend deeply in through that left knee. Left hand plants under your face or on your pillow. Twist open to your right. Keep your right leg nice and straight. Nice deep breaths. Slowly begin to unwind. Okay, tenting both fingers in front of your face, straighten both legs, and just begin to pedal out those knees. Slowly warming up through our hamstrings. And then let's come into our first full forward fold. So all I want you to do is just relax your body, your upper body, in towards those legs. See if you can relax your neck a little bit more. Your knees are bent as much as you need. Okay, both your hands are going to come to your shins. This is called a flat back position. So you're pushing out through your tailbone and you're reaching forward with the crown of your head. And let's forward fold, and let's walk our hands back forward and find our tabletop position. So we're going to do that same sequence on the other side, and then we're going to add on. So pushing into your right knee this time, you're going to lift your left leg up and extend your left leg straight back. So we naturally lean to our right, come back to our neutral position. That might just be you shift your left hip down. Okay, straighten the arms. Okay, so your left foot comes off to the right hand side, so all 5 toes touch down. You're going to first come down onto, your right forearm, and then you're going to reach with your left fingertips off to that right hand corner. See if you can draw your hips more back through center. Okay, bring that left hand back to where it started. Right hand comes up, and we're just going to switch forearms this time. So left forearm comes down. My fingers are still pressed wide, and I reach off to that left hand corner with my right fingertips. Nice deep breaths. Okay, bring that right hand back to its original spot. That left hand comes back to our tabletop position. You're going to lift that left leg and extend it straight back. Left knee regrounds. Kickstand your left foot off at a 45. Begin to straighten your right leg so your big toe touches down at the back of your mat. Right hand, right hip. I naturally open up through my chest. Lift that right leg skyward so the side of your foot is parallel with the ceiling. Extend that right arm skyward. Supported side plank. Slowly and gently make your way back to your tabletop position. Slow movements are so good for our muscles too. And when we get here, let's step our right hand forward a big step so that our left arm comes under our right armpit and we land on our shoulder. Our palm faces ceiling, our left palm faces ceiling. Draw those hips back through center. Tent your right fingertips if you need. Curl your right toes under, lift your right knee up. So we're balancing here on our shoulder. Lift that right leg skyward. And my gaze always goes just off to the side of my right big toe. Okay, so here comes our transition. Let's make our way back through table with that right leg lifted. Curl those left toes under. Lift that left knee up. Right leg goes skyward. Three-legged dog. Right foot meets your left foot. Okay, widen your stance. Walk those fingertips back towards your feet. Heel toe your feet so they're underneath your hip. Bend deeply in through your right knee this time. Right hand plants under your face. You're going to twist open to your left. Nice, deep, long breaths. Slowly and gently we begin to untwist. Tent both fingers, straighten both legs to the best of your ability. Maybe you place your pillow underneath your face. And I want you to relax your upper body in towards your legs. We come into a forward fold. Maybe you can grab in behind your legs as assistance. Or maybe you come into what we call a ragdoll position where you grab opposite elbows with your hands. And you begin to just sway from side to side. Nice deep breaths. Okay, slowly make your way back to center. Release your grip if you had a grip. Hands are going to find your shins in a flat back position. Fold back forward. Walk yourself forward, finding tabletop position. Okay, so now we're going to add on to continue to warm our body up. So left hand, big step forward, right arm goes under, palm faces ceiling, land on your shoulder. Again, draw your hips back to center. Curl your left toes under, lift your left knee up, extend that left leg skyward. Okay, make your way back with that left leg lifted, back through table. Curl your right toes under, lift that left leg high. So now from here, we're going to move into what we call a geometric sequence. So all you're going to do from here is step that left foot to where your left hand is. Try not to let that left foot just drop. Place it down gently. All I want you to do from here with both hands inside your left foot, walk your right foot to the right lane of your mat, and then drop your right knee. Top of your right foot turns over. Both hands are going to find that top of your left knee. Sink those hips forward. So we're going to begin to get into a little bit more movement and warming our body up into what we call a geometric sequence to start. So from here, we're going to bring our hands to either side of our left foot. And all we're going to do from here is we're going to sink our hips back towards our right leg. Our left leg, as you can see, is still straight, and you're pointing your left toes towards the ceiling. You're going to feel this again in through your left hamstring. Make sure your left hip is coming forward and your right hip is coming back. Slowly begin to walk your body forward, and at the same time, curl your right toes under, lift your right leg up. We're coming into what we call a pyramid pose. We're going to take our right foot a big step forward. Both legs are straight, hips are square to the top of your mat. As you fold over that left leg. Nice, deep, long breaths. And remember what our intention is today. Our intention today is just to say yes. All right, so here's our next transition. You're going to place your right hand underneath your right shoulder. You're going to wiggle your right toes back. Left foot might come out a little bit. Bend into your left knee. Find grounding here. Sink both hips forward. Twist open left. Dragonfly twist. You're pushing up through that right hand. You're reaching up with that left arm. Your right leg is straight and strong. Begin to untwist so that that left hand comes to the outside of your left foot. Walk your left foot in. Drop that right knee. And you're going to step your left knee back to meet your right knee. Back to our beginning position. Right hand, big step forward. Left arm goes under. You're going to land on your left shoulder. Curl those left toes under, lift that left knee up, right toes under, lift that right knee up, extend that right leg skyward. Keep that right leg lifted, make your way back through table. Curl your left toes under, lift that right leg high. Three-legged downward facing dog. Now you're gently going to step that right foot to where your right hand is. Try not to make a sound. Hands are on the inside of your right foot. Walk your left foot over a big step left. Drop your left knee down. Top of your left foot grounds. Both hands are going to find the top of your right knee. And sink those hips forward. Try to relax your shoulders. Gently begin to release both hands to either side of your right foot. Begin to sink your both hips back towards that left leg, keeping that right leg straight. Your left hip draws forward, your right hip draws back. You're pointing your toes towards the ceiling. You're getting a little bit more deeply in through your hamstring. Slowly begin to walk your body back forward. Curl those left toes under. Begin to lift your left knee up, straighten your left leg. Right leg straightens as well. Walk your left foot in a big step. Square those hips to the top of your mat, and then fold over that right leg. See if you can relax your neck a little bit more. Okay, begin to lift your chest up first. Your left hand is going to stay so that when you wiggle your left toes back, you begin to bend into your right knee that you can plant your left hand completely under your left shoulder. So right knee is bent 90 degrees. Twist open to your right, dragonfly twist. Draw your hips into the center of your mat. Lift that left knee up, make that left leg nice and strong. So our transition this time is going to be a little bit different. Okay, as you untwist, bring your right hand to the outside of your right foot. Walk your right foot in a little bit so that you can plank down with both hands. Step back with that right foot into a plank. You're just going to drop your hips, chest leads through, look skyward, modified upward facing dog, hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Three-legged dog, three-legged dog. Step that left foot to where your left hand is. Gently tent your fingers on either side. Right foot, big step right. Drop your right knee, top of your right foot grounds. Both hands find your left knee. Sink those hips forward. Okay, release your grip on your knees so that your hands are on either side of your left foot. Sink those hips back. Okay, left leg stays straight. Point those left toes towards the ceiling. A nice hamstring stretch. Walk your fingertips back forward. Begin to curl into your right toes. Lift your right knee up. Straighten both legs. Again, walk your right foot in a big step. Square your hips to the top of your mat. Fold over that left leg. Slowly begin to walk your left foot out to the left side of your mat. Wiggle your toes right. Right hand plants underneath your right shoulder. Sink those hips forward. 90-degree bend in that left knee. Twist open, dragonfly twist. Nice and strong here. So now as you untwist, you're going to step right back into your plank. You're going to lower those hips. Chest leads through, look skyward. Downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Step that right foot to where your right hand is. Gentle touch down. Okay, left foot, big step left. Drop your left knee down. Top of your left foot grounds. Both hands find the top of your right knee. Sink those hips forward. Release your hands to either side of your right foot. You're going to sink those hips back towards your left. Keep that right leg straight. Point those right toes towards your ceiling. Walk yourself forward. Curl those left toes under. Lift the left knee up. Straighten both legs at the same time. Left foot, big step forward. Fold over that right leg. We're going to go through that sequence once more, but at a faster pace. Okay, slowly begin to wiggle your left toes back. Left hand comes under your left shoulder. 90-degree bend in that right knee. Sink those hips down. Find strength. Twist open right. Dragonfly twist. Slowly begin to untwist. Walk your right foot in a little bit to give you the availability to step back into your plank. Drop those hips down. Chest leads through. Look skyward. Hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Left foot steps forward to where your left hand is. Step it down gently. Right foot right. Drop your right knee. Top of your right foot grounds. This time maybe you link your arms in behind. It's a nice shoulder opener. Okay, sink those hips forward. Okay, release your grip if you have one. 10 fingers on either side, sink those hips back. Maybe this time your left hand comes off to the side. You grip your left outside edge of your foot with that right hand. Slowly make your way back forward. Curl those right toes under. Lift that right knee up. Straighten both legs. Right foot, big step forward. Square your hips, pyramid pose. Wiggle your right toes back. Right hand plants. Twist open, dragonfly twist. Okay, as you untwist this time, left foot might come more center so that when you step back into your plank, it's a little bit easier. Drop those hips. Chest leads through. Hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high. Step that right foot to where your right hand is. Gentle touch down. Left foot, big step left. Drop your left knee. Top of your left foot grounds. Again, maybe you find your bind. Chest leads forward. The same motion as your hips. Okay, as you release your fingers back to either side of your right foot, your hips are going to sink back. Right leg straightens. Again, this time maybe your right hand comes off to the right. Left hand grips the outside edge of that right foot, and you get a little bit more deeper into that hamstring. Okay, as you begin to come forward, place that left foot down, curl your right foot down, curl your right toes under, lift your left knee up, straighten your right leg at the same time, left foot big step forward. Fold over that extended right leg. Begin to wiggle your left toes back, bend into your right knee, left hand grounds under your left shoulder, twist open right, dragonfly twist. Lifting through that extended body. As you untwist, walk your right foot towards the middle of your mat so you can fully place down your right hand. Step back, find plank. Drop those hips towards the mat, chest leads through. Look skyward, hips high downward facing dog. Now we're going to add on. So at any time you need a drink, you guys, take a drink. At any time you need to pause the video, pause the video. But we're going to add on and get into a deeper version of our flow. So feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Okay, so from here you're going to bend open with that right knee. So your right knee is going to bend. Your right foot comes towards your left glute. For balance purposes, I always like to look underneath my left armpit. This pose is called fire hydrant. And it's a bit more of a hip opener. So now as you come back through center, extend into three-legged dog. Bring your right knee to your right elbow or your right tricep. And then you're going to kick it high. We're going to cross over this time, so your right knee is going to come towards your left elbow. And you're going to extend your right leg off to the side, the left side of your mat. Your left foot turns sideways and grounds. You reach up with that left arm. This is called fallen star. As you begin to bring your left hand back to your mat, you're going to bring that right foot back to center. Bring your knee into your chest. Kick that right leg high. Now this time you're going to step your right foot in between your hands. You're going to turn your left foot completely sideways. So you want heel to arch alignment. You've got a 90-degree bend in your right knee. Your left leg is straight. Come all the way up. Maybe to start, your hands are going to find your hips. And just bend and play here for a second. As we bend our right knee forward, what I'd like you to do is draw your right knee out towards your pinky toe. So that when I look down, I can see my big toe. My left foot is fully grounded. From here, you're going to extend your arms out from your shoulders. Draw those shoulders away from your ears. This is called Warrior Two. From here, what I'd like you to do is bring your right elbow to your right knee. Your right palm is pointing towards the ceiling. We're accepting good energy from the universe. You're going to sweep that left arm in front of your face so that your left bicep is close to your left ear. Continue to bend into that right knee. So now from here, begin to straighten into your right leg only. I guess your left leg is already straight. Your right hand is going to plant on your right shin, and all I want you to do is open back up through that left shoulder. This is called triangle pose. So every part of your body is straight. Try not to collapse into that right side. So now from here, begin to bend back into your right knee so that both hands come to the inside of your right foot. 90-degree bend. So we're going to come into what we call a humble warrior, but a bound version. So you're going to drop your right shoulder. You're going to reach your right arm under, place your right hand on top of your right foot, and then you're going to bring your left hand so it places on top of your right hand. Sink those hips forward. This might be intense. Continue to sink forward. Okay, slowly and gently, left hand finds your mat, unwind your right. Okay, walk your hands back towards that left leg, bend into your left knee. You might lift your left heel up, but your right leg is straight. Toes are pointing to the ceiling. Square up your shoulders so that they're pointing in the same direction as that left knee. From here, maybe you just tent your fingers. Maybe you bring your hands to heart center. Here we are in our first balance. Nice, deep, long breaths. Slowly and gently begin to release those fingertips to the inside of your left knee. Walk your body back forward. Turn your left toes at the same time. Walk your right foot out a little bit. Straighten into both left leg and right leg. Walk your left foot in a big step. Pyramid pose. Square those hips up to the top of your mat. So we've got a different transition coming up. So what I'd like you to do here is begin to bend slightly into your right knee. Okay, you're going to extend that left leg all the way to the ceiling to the best of your ability. So now your stability hand is your left. So keep your left hand grounded. If you've got the availability, maybe you lift that right hand up. It's going to allow for you to fold further towards that extended right leg. Maybe you grip behind your right leg, and that will help draw your body more forward. See if you can relax your neck. Okay, slowly release the bind of your right hand if you had it. You're going to step towards the back of your mat with your left foot so that you can plant both hands. With your right foot, step back, find plank. Drop those hips down, chest leads through. Look skyward. Modified up dog. Hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. So this is a resting pose. So downward facing dog is a resting pose. If you need a little bit more at any time, you can always find your child's pose. This is another great resting position. And the normal rest in between sequences and in between sides is 5 full breaths. And at any time you become frustrated or you become winded, always think about what our intention is. Let's say yes, but at the same time we're saying yes, say yes within the abilities of what we have in this moment. So feet come together to touch at the back of our mat. Left leg this time lifts high to the sky. You're going to bend open in through that left knee. So your knee bends and your left knee comes towards your right, or your left foot comes towards your right glute. And like I said, I always tend to look under my opposite armpit. So this is called fire hydrant pose. Okay, slowly make your way back into your three-legged dog. Left knee comes forward and finds your left elbow or left tricep. Kick it straight back. Left knee is going to find your right elbow, twist, extend, turn your right foot sideways, and then open up fallen star. Slowly begin to unwind so your right hand plants. Your left knee comes in towards your chest. You might need to jump that right foot back into position. Extend that left leg skyward. Three-legged dog. Step that left foot in between your hands. Turn your right foot so that it's perpendicular. Heel to arch alignment. Bend into your left knee. Hands find your hips to start. Here we come into our warrior two. Bend. Maybe you straighten. Bend. And maybe you straighten. So to come into our full version of warrior two, as we bend, we draw our left knee out to our left baby toe so that I can see my left big toe. I extend my arms from my shoulders, palms facing down. Your gaze is over that left finger. Okay, so left forearm is going to find your left knee. Left hand points up. Right arm is going to sweep in front of your face. And it's going to extend so that your bicep comes as close to your right ear as possible. Continue to have that bend. Palm faces down of that right arm. This is called extended side angle. Begin to straighten into your left leg. Left hand finds your left shin. And you're going to sweep that right arm back and straight up towards the ceiling. This is called triangle pose. Slowly begin to bring both hands to the inside of your left foot. We're going to humble our warrior two a little bit differently. This time we drop our left shoulder. We're going to wrap our left arm under, place our left hand on top of our left foot, and then right hand joins. Sink your hips forward. This might be intense. Okay, right hand finds your mat. Unwind your left. You're going to walk your hands back towards your right knee this time. Bend into your right knee. Lift your right heel up if you need to. Your left leg is straight and strong. Square up those shoulders so that they're pointing in the same direction as your right knee. Maybe when you're here, you bring your hands to heart center. Find length through your spine. Slowly and gently begin to release your fingertips back to the floor. You're going to walk everything back towards the top of your mat. Turn your right toes so that they point towards the top of your mat. Right foot, big step forward. Straighten both legs. Hips square to the top of your mat. Pyramid pose. You should feel like your hamstrings are a little bit more open. That's my hope anyway. Begin to bend into your left knee. Walk your fingertips forward. Begin to extend that right leg skyward. This time, your right hand is your grounding hand. Maybe you stay here and fold into your left foot. But maybe also you can take your left hand in behind your left ankle and lift that right leg a little higher. Wherever your body goes today, whoops, it goes. Okay, slowly begin to release that grip if you had it. Tent your fingers. Step your right foot to the back. Plant those hands. Step back with your left foot. Find plank. Drop those hips. Chest leads through. Look skyward. Downward facing dog. Again, this is where we rest. Downward facing dog. Child's pose. Maybe you grab a quick drink as I turn to my cheat sheet notes for our next transition. I'm just going to grab a quick drink before we move on. Hello there. Hi. What are you doing? All right, we're going to have some fun with this next sequence. Oops. As I drool. All right, downward facing dog. So we're going to add on to where we just were, and let's have some fun with it. So if you're in child's pose, please meet us in downward facing dog. Feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Let's find that fire hydrant. So bend into your right knee. Your right foot comes towards your left glute. Look under your left armpit. Slowly begin to extend that right leg, three-legged dog. Right knee, right elbow. Take it straight back. Right knee, left elbow. Lift it high. Step your foot down to the left side of your mat. You're going to tint your fingers so you're balanced. Now your left foot is going to come up and step to the middle of the top of your mat. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like to start. So from here, tint your fingers at the top of your mat. You're going to lift that right leg up and you're going to extend it straight behind you. Now from here, what I'd like you to do is lift your upper body. Hands are going to come into heart center. This is what we call warrior three. So now slowly and gently begin to fold back forward so your hands come to the front of your left foot. You're going to plant down through that right hand. You're going to come into a standing splits. Slowly and gently release your bind. If you took it, tint your fingers. You're going to bring your right knee so that it comes in behind your left. This is called a Shiva squat. Extend that right leg up. Shiva squat again, so right knee comes behind your left knee. Okay, extend it straight back. We'll do that once more. Okay, right knee behind your left knee. And now from here, all I'd like you to do is come all the way up through standing. Keep your right knee lifted. Right knee comes all the way up. Okay, your left leg might be screaming at you like my left is. So now we're going to come into tree pose. So your versions of tree pose, your toes could stay grounded. Right knee points out to the right side of your mat. Right foot maybe plants on your right shin, never on your knee. Or maybe you can bring your right foot right into your left groin. So you're creating a 90-degree angle with your legs. What I want you to try to do is square your hips to the top of your mat and your shoulders to the top of your mat. So your hands can start on your hips. Okay, maybe then we bring our hands to heart center again. Just say yes. And maybe from here, we create Charlie's Angels fingers, pistol fingers, and we extend our arms skyward. Okay, we're going to stay here for 10 breaths. Think length. Think drawing your belly button in towards your spine, so you're engaging your core. And you just think powerful. Tree pose is such a powerful pose to make us feel grounded and rooted in what our life looks like in this moment. Slowly and gently begin to make your way, you bring your hands back through heart center. This is where we're going to have some fun. All we're going to do from here is bring that right knee forward, and then we're going to step our right knee all the way to the back, or our right foot all the way to the back of our mat, and we're going to find warrior two on our left side. Feel strength and feel power in this pose. Sink that left knee forward and draw it out to that baby toe. Again, your left forearm finds your left quad. Palm faces up, sweep that right arm in front of your face, palm faces down. See if you feel more open this time. Slowly begin to straighten into your left leg. Left hand finds your left shin. Sweep that right arm back in front of your face. Open up into triangle pose. Slowly begin to bring that right hand to the inside of your left foot. Bend back into your left knee. We're coming into a modified bound humble warrior. So drop your left shoulder again. Wrap your left arm under and around. Right hand comes to the top of your left hand. We're only here for 2 breaths. Okay, bring your right hand back to your mat, left hand as well. Walk your body back towards that right knee. Bend into your right knee, left leg stays straight. Make sure you square those shoulders up. Maybe this time here you plant your right hand so that your right elbow and your right knee connect, and you extend that left arm skyward. Just a different version of what we did that first time. Slowly and gently begin to unwind. Wherever you were, tent your fingers on the inside of your right knee. Walk yourself back forward. Turn those right toes at the same time. Right foot, big step forward. Find your pyramid pose. Slowly begin to bend into your left knee. Walk your hands forward. Begin to extend that right leg skyward. Right hand plants. Left hand might need the back of your left foot or left ankle. Standing splits. Slowly release your bind if you had one. Tent your fingers. You're going to step your right foot to where your left foot is. And you're going to widen your stance to hip distance. We're going to come into a forward fold that's called gorilla pose. So what I'd like you to do is lift your right toes up, and you're going to slide your right hand underneath. Palm is touching the sole of your right foot, and your toes are going to link with your wrist joint. Do the same thing on the left. So lift your left toes up. You're going to slide your left hand under so that your toes are gently massaging your wrist. And now if you can, if you need to bend your knees, that's fantastic. But to the best of your ability, let's relax our neck and continue to give our wrists a bit of a massage. Nice, deep, long breaths. Okay, slowly and gently, let's lift our chest up first. Release one hand at a time. Okay, you're going to kind of wiggle your toes back in so that they are underneath your hips. And all I want you to do is fold over both legs. And look in between your legs towards the back of your mat so we can assure that your neck is nice and long. Hands are going to come to your shins. Let's find a flat back position. And as we fold this time, let's plant our hands, step back right foot, then left foot, find your plank. Drop those hips, chest leads through, look high. Modified up dog, hips high to the sky. Downward facing dog. So we've got that sequence to do on the other side, and then we'll transition into our hip sequence. So slowly begin, feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Left leg lifts high to the sky. Open up into your fire hydrant. Look underneath your right armpit. Okay, slowly and gently begin to extend that left leg long, three-legged dog. Left knee, left elbow, or left tricep. Kick it high. Okay, left knee, right elbow, or right tricep. Step your left foot down. Tent your fingers, maybe center your body a little bit. Right foot is going to step all the way around into the top of your mat. Tent your fingers. Okay, find your balance, and then begin to lift your left leg up. Make sure you flex into your left foot. From here, we're going to lift our chest up. Hands are going to find heart center. If you wobble, it's normal. Okay, see if you can straighten out your right leg and bend a little bit more forward. Slowly begin to forward fold. Keep that left leg lifted. Your balance or grounding hand is your left hand. Grip with your right, lift that left leg high. Release your grip, tent your fingers, Shiva squat. So bring your left knee in behind your right knee and bend your hips. Kick it high. Shiva squat. Bend, dip your hips. You're going to feel it in through your glutes. Kick it high. We've got one more. Bend that right knee, left knee meets it. Dip your hips, Kick it high. Actually, no, keep it here. And now keep your left knee lifted. Come all the way up to standing. Ah. Lift that left knee up. Your right leg might be on fire just like mine. So we're going to do tree pose on this side as well. So your options again, toes, stay grounded in your mat. Maybe your left foot, the sole of your left foot, finds your left shin bone. Or maybe you lock and load. So you bring your left foot right into your right groin. Your left knee comes out. Whew, excuse me. Your left and your right leg are creating a 90-degree angle. Your hands are going to find your hips. Find your breath. That's what I'm trying to do. When you feel ready, bring your hands to heart center. Okay, create those pistol fingers or Charlie's Angels fingers with your index and your thumb. Extend those arms skyward. Think length, think strength, and think grounding. Bring that belly button in towards your spine. Try to relax your gaze. Tree pose is so good for our ankles and every other stability, ligament, muscle in our body. Bring your hands back through heart center. You're going to bring that left knee forward and get yourself ready, because what we're going to do is step our left foot to the back of our mat and we're going to find our warrior two. So you might need to wiggle your feet a little bit before you bend into your right knee. So find that stability, find that strength. Look down, can you see your big toe? Don't lean your body forward. Keep that body straight up. Extend those arms. Look over the right middle finger. Feel power in your warrior two. Your right forearm is going to find your right quad. Palm faces up. Left arm sweeps in front of your face and over, so that your left bicep is close to your left ear. Feel strength here. Feel opening here. Begin to straighten into your right leg. Your right hand finds your right shin. Left arm comes back. Sweeping motion to extend all the way to the sky. Triangle pose. Okay, slowly and gently, let's begin to re-bend into our right knee. Left and right hand come to the inside of our right foot. You guys know where we're going here. So drop your right shoulder. Right foot or right arm wraps under and around, and it plants on top of your right foot. Left hand finds your right hand. Sink those hips forward. Gently begin to release. So your left hand grounds first. Unwind your right. Walk everything towards the back of your mat. Bend into your left knee. Left heel lifts. Right leg is straight. This is called Skandasana, or some people call it goddess. So make sure your shoulders are square to start. So remember, option one was here. So your hands just come to heart center. Option two, left hand plants so that your right elbow and your your left elbow and your left knee meet. We extend that right arm skyward. This is a beautiful side opener. Okay, slowly and gently begin to untwist. Tent your fingers in front of you. Walk everything back forward. Turn your left toes forward. Left foot big step forward. Straighten both legs, pyramid. Okay, fold over that right leg. We are almost there. Slowly begin to bend into your right knee. Walk your fingers forward. Begin to extend that left leg high. Standing split. So remember, your stable hand is your left. Your right hand might grip the back of your right foot. And you extend that left leg as long and as high as possible. Maybe it's different today than what it's looked like before. Release your bind, tent your fingers. Your left foot is going to meet your right foot. And all we're going to do this time is fold over our legs. Maybe again you find that ragdoll position where you grip your elbows, your neck relaxes, and maybe you just kind of rock gently from side to side. Just gently. Think easy, not hard. Come back to center. Release your grip if you took one. Hands are going to find your shins. Fold forward. Plant those hands, step back, find plank. Drop those hips down, chest leads through, look high. Hips high to the sky, downward facing dog. We're going to move into a hip sequence next. So feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Right leg lifts high to the sky. Step your right foot to where your right hand is. Again, gentle touch down. Actually, on the outside of your pinky finger, if you wouldn't mind. Step your left foot, big foot left, or big step left. Drop your left knee. So now your right toes are pointing to about 1 o'clock on a clock. And all I want you to do from here, we're coming into what we call lizard pose. And we're going to do 3 different versions. So all I want you to do from here, pointing your toes out to 1 o'clock, let your right knee fold open so that when you look down, you can see the sole of your right foot. And what I want you to focus on here is drawing your chest forward, pulling your left hip forward and your right hip back. Okay, so this is version 1. We're just going to hold it for about 5 more breaths. Nice, deep, long breaths. Send lots of love to our hips. All right, so now our second version, we're going to find our way down to our forearms. And I want you to kind of grip your fingers and create a bit of a fist with your hands. And I just want you to gently rock that right hip and left hip from side to side. All right, slowing any movement down that you took, let's come and find our way onto our palms of our hands again. We're going to keep our left hand under our face. Sink your hips forward. Your right hand is going to gently guide your right knee more off to the side. And you're going to twist open. And as you do that, you look over your right shoulder if you can. So your chest is open. Your hip is open. We're doing so many different things at the same time. Okay, slowly and gently begin to unwind. Right hand places next to your left. Curl those left toes under, lift that left knee up. You're going to kick that right leg all the way back and into 3-legged dog. Do your best to get there. We're coming into pigeon. Pigeon is going to be our peak hip opener today. So we're going to bring our right knee all the way down towards our right wrist. And our right foot is going off to the left-hand side. So what I like to do is I like to wiggle my left leg back, and then I check in with it, and I make sure it's straight behind my left hip. And then what I do is I square my shoulders to the top of your mat. So you shouldn't feel any pain in this pose. If you feel any pain in through your right knee, just reposition that right foot. Now what I want you to do here before we come into our full version is I want you to draw your left hip forward, your right hip back, and find what we call the sweet spot on tented fingers before you fold over, and maybe you just come to your forearms, and this is good enough. And I constantly move in this pose, you guys, because my hips are so tight. And your optimum openness in pigeon pose is maybe you bring your left cheek to your mat and you cactus your arms on either side and you just kind of chill. So my chest is leading over my right leg and I don't feel any pain here. And we're going to stay here for 5 more breaths. Okay, slowly and gently make your way back up onto your forearms. Find your palms. Okay, so now this is where it becomes maybe a little bit funny. I always giggle. So what we'll do here to transition out is you curl your left toes under, lift that left knee up, step back, right into your downward facing dog. Oh. And maybe you just kind of bend, move that right hip a little bit more. Send it lots of love, because that's what we all need right now. We need lots of love, and we need to continue to open up our body when our body feels tense and when our body feels tight. So again, feet come together to touch at the back of your mat. Don't worry, we're done the right side. Lift that left leg high. Okay, left foot steps gently to where your left hand is on the outside of your pinky finger. You're going to take your right foot a big step right, drop your right knee, top of your right foot grounds. And again, just feel that here. So your left foot should be pointing to about 11 or 10 o'clock, whichever feels comfortable. And all I want you to do from here is fold that left knee open so that you can see the sole of your left foot. Sink your hips forward. So again, your right hip is coming more forward, your left hip is coming back. Arms are straight. Nice long spine. Nice gentle gaze. All right, stage 2, we're going to make our way onto our forearms. Keep that same alignment, okay? But you're going to kind of grip with your fingers, and this time the only add-on is you're just going to kind of gently rock from side to side. Okay, slowly and gently make your way back up onto the palms of your hands. Your right hand is going to stay underneath your face. Your left hand is going to gently guide your left knee out a little bit more, so your upper body is going to twist. Maybe you find you're more open on this side than you were on the other side. So what you're wanting to do is just open up through your chest. You're looking over, you're attempting to look over that left shoulder. Slowly and gently begin to make your way back to center. Okay, you bring the left sole of your foot back to your mat. Curl your right toes under. You're going to step right back into three-legged dog. I always have to hop my back foot into the middle. So now this time you're going to bring your left knee to your left wrist. Your left foot comes to the opposite side, so the right side of your mat. And again, you're just going to wiggle your right leg straight out behind you. So check in. Is your right leg coming right out from your hip and the top of your right foot grounds? So keep those fingers tented. See if you can guide your right hip more forward and your left hip more back. See, my left hip is so much more open than my right. Okay, so here's one option. Second option is just on your forearms, but don't lose the alignment. Okay, and then your final option, your final version, your right cheek is going to find your mat, and you cactus your arms, and you settle in. Send nice deep breaths to your left hip. And your chest should not be resting on your knee. It should be resting just above your left shin. Okay, 4 more breaths. Okay, slowly and gently make your way back up onto your forearms. So our transition this time is going to be a little bit different so that we can move it right into our ending sequence on our floor. So come up onto the palms of your hands, and all I want you to do is roll over onto your left seat bone. You're going to swing your right leg in front of your body, and then I want you to come right down onto your back. Reposition. I always do clothing repositions. And I want you to extend your legs long, and I want you to flex into both feet, please. Make sure your shoulders are well grounded. Your chin is slightly tucked in through your chest. And let's start with our hands just on our hip bones. Let's bend into our left knee and draw our left knee in towards our chest, gripping our knee with both hands, cradled at the base of our knee. So you're going to draw that right knee into center. This is called wind relieving pose. And when you feel the intensity of that, you're going to draw your right knee out towards your right shoulder. So we did this as the ending sequence last time too. Maybe here you want to rotate that right ankle because we did a little bit more balance work today. All right, so bringing your ankle back to a neutral position. Keeping grip with that right hand, release your left. Your left hand grabs the outside edge of your right foot. Draw that right foot into your left groin and let that right knee fold open. Maybe you give yourself a bit of a self-massage in through that right hip. Or maybe you just want to chill. It's completely up to you. Slowly and gently, we're going to begin to bend into our left knee. So our left foot grounds. Maybe you have to shift your hips a little bit. Your right foot is going to come up higher and closer towards your left knee. We're coming into what we call a figure 4 position. So you're drawing your right knee out more to the right. Okay, so we're looking to get into our hip here. So you're going to lift your left foot up off the mat. Your right hand is going through the gap of the figure 4, and it's going to meet your left hand in behind your left hamstring. So I always use my right elbow to guide my right knee out a little bit more towards the side of my mat. To get the maximum position for this hip opener, I always encourage extend that left leg, draw your left leg more left, and then rebend. And each time you feel like you've found the max position of that stretch, you can always re-extend, guide, and then reposition. I don't need it because I can feel it. Okay, gently begin to release that left foot back to your mat. Okay, keep the figure 4 position, but what I want you to do is create a T with those arms. So they're coming out from your shoulder blades, palms face down. Guide your hips more to the right. And all I want you to do is I want you to drop your right knee more towards the left so that the sole of your right foot comes to the ground on the left side of your mat. What I like to do here, so your options are keep your left leg long. Maybe you continue to bend into your left leg. Maybe your right hand reaches to your left foot and it comes into a bit of a quad stretch. And at the same time, maybe you can grip that right foot with that left hand. It's completely up to you. But try to take your gaze off to the right. So this is a bit of what we call a cow face pose, but just with our lower body. Nice deep breaths. Slowly begin to bring your gaze back to center. Okay, release any grips that you had. Unwind your right foot. Unwind your left. Bring your hips back through center. Extend those legs long again. And we're going to go into the other side. So bring your hands back to your hips. Bend into your left knee. Grip your left knee or cradle your left knee with your hands. Make sure you're flexing into your right leg still. Draw that knee in through center to start and then open it up to that left shoulder. And again, let's rotate that ankle. Okay, come back to stillness with your ankle. Maintaining grip with that left hand, release your right. Your right hand is going to grab the outside edge of your left foot, and you're going to let your left knee fold open. I always maintain grip with my opposite hand with my foot. It gives you a little bit of leverage and a little bit of guidance. And again here, maybe you massage your left hip with your left fingertips. Or maybe you just chill. Slowly and gently begin to bend into your right knee. Left foot comes higher towards your right knee. Maybe you shift your hips just a little bit. And again, creating a figure four. So you're drawing your left knee out, your left foot stays flexed. Lifting up your right foot, your left hand goes through the gap, and it means you meet your right hand in behind your right hamstring. To start, extend your right leg skyward. Draw your right leg more right, and then rebend. Use that left elbow to help guide your left knee out a little bit more. If you can't find your sweet spot, keep doing your adjustments until you find the greatest hip opener ever, outside of pigeon and outside of frog. Okay, and slowly and gently, let's release our grip so that our right foot finds ground. You're going to shift your hips more left this time, and you're going to let your right leg fall down as your left foot finds the right side of your mat. And again, on this side, keeping both shoulders grounded, maybe you grip your right foot with that left hand for a quad stretch. And maybe your right hand can grab your right big toe or your right foot, but make sure both shoulders are still grounded. And obviously your left hip is lifted off of your mat. Okay, your gaze is going to go to the left. Okay, slowly and gently release your bind. Unwind those legs. Let's draw those knees in towards our chest and give ourselves a nice big hug. Okay, slowly begin to lower those shoulders. We're going to cross our ankles over. We're going to grip the backs of our knees, and we're going to come into what we call a rock and roll position. So we're going to rock along our spine. Let's do that 2 or 3 times under control. And then you're going to come into a seated position. So I've got a reading that I found. One of my favorite books is called, I don't know if you can see that or not, it's called Everyday Osho. And what it is, it's 365 daily meditations for the here and for the now. And I found one that helped me make a decision as to what I wanted our intention for our practice to be. So yeah, so I'm just going to read it. So just come to a comfortable seated position. Maybe you place your hands in your lap, and that way you feel like you can relax a little bit more. Tuck your chin in towards your chest. Close your eyes if you will. I have a really hard time with meditation, but the more that I do it with others, I find the better that I am. So this is, I find, my best position. Other people like to place the backs of their hands on their knees and connect the index finger and their thumb. And that, again, you just want to continue to draw that chest forward. So wherever you feel the most comfortable in a seated position, please find that now. Say yes to life. Drop as many no's as possible. Even if you have to say no, say it, but don't enjoy saying it. And if it is possible, say it also in the form of a yes. Don't miss a single opportunity of saying yes to life. When you say yes, say it with great celebration and joy. Nourish it. Don't say it reluctantly. Say it lovingly. Say it with enthusiasm, with zest. Pour yourself into it totally. When you say yes, become yes. You will be surprised to know that 99 out of 100 no's can be dropped very easily. We say them only as a part of our ego. They are not needed, and they are not inevitable. The one no that remains will be very significant. That one need not be dropped. But even when saying that essential no, one has to be very reluctant, very hesitant, because no is the form of an end, and yes is saying yes to life. Let's all together bring our hands into heart center. I want to say thank you to each and every one of you for continuing to show up. Continue to say yes, continue to be grateful, and continue to love. We miss you. We miss you. We miss you. We're grateful for you. We are grateful for you. We are grateful for you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Namaste.
Bye.